Top story, 3 former presidents and a former deputy president have come together for the country to discuss the deep and pervasive national general crisis facing South Africa. The foundations of former presidents F.W. de Klerk, Thabo Mbeki and Kgalema Motlanthe, former deputy president Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, Desmond and Leah Tutu, Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, Chief Albert Luthuli and Helen Sisman kicked off the national dialogues.
The core problem is that our president is not carrying out his duties in terms of Section 83 of the Constitution. He is not upholding, defending and respecting the letter and spirit of the Constitution as the supreme law of the Republic. And he is not promoting the unity of the nation and that which will advance the Republic. The president has undermined the independence of the Chapter 9 institutions and organs of government, including the intelligence services, the National Prosecuting Authority, and the Hawks. He has not ensured their impartiality or their duty to exercise their powers and perform their functions without fear, favor, or prejudice. What we don't need is the type of racially divisive and economically catastrophic radical economic transformation that is being touted by Professor Chris Malikane, the advisor of our latest Minister of Finance. He wants to apply in South Africa the same policies that the Chavistas imposed in Venezuela and that have led not only to the collapse of Venezuela's economy, but also to the erosion of its democracy. This dialogue is about post-President Zuma. It's about post some of the burning pragmatic issues of the day. It is about building a consensus as we did 23 years ago about our Constitution and our constitutional future. It is about how do we find a way within the framework of the Constitution. How do we find a way to bring greater equality, to close that gap, to address the needs and the problems of that 40%? How do we more effectively fight corruption and all the things I've listed in my speech?
Anybody or institution who or which acts in a manner inconsistent with the or in violation of any of the provisions of the Constitution is repudiating the will of the people. Surely all of us will agree that there can never be any person or institution in the new South Africa whose actions would be more authoritative or supreme than the voice of the people. Accordingly, given the protracted struggle and the processes which led to the adoption of the Constitution in 1996, the starting point of the national dialogue must be the objectives our country as a whole set itself in that Constitution.
Our focus to address the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment, and inequality never fizzled out of our collective consciousness. Our biggest oversight as a people lied in thinking that political leadership alone, on the strength of democratic mandate, would respond to these historical imperatives without falling prey to the temptations of power.